Hello everyone, welcome to biology class with online biology tutorials. In today's video, we will see what is lac operon. In the case of lac operon, the general structure is also important and the mechanism through which it acts is also important. In the end, we will also talk about gene regulation in the case of prokaryotes and eukaryotes. So stay tuned for all these concepts, and I hope you have subscribed to my channel. If you haven't, please do so urgently. Thank you, and let's get started with our topic now, that's lac operon. So before we start with the operon, let's understand what is cistron gene and an operon. Okay, so first of all, cistron is a part of gene, right? It's a part of gene that will contain exons and it will be translated. Means this will be the segment which will be translated and it will only contain exons. Whereas if you talk about genes, then genes, they contain the non-coding sequences, introns as well, plus the coding sequences called exons. So introns and exons, they both are the part of a gene. But when we talk about operon includes your regulator gene. Okay, these terms are important because we will be talking about them in the lac operon. It will also include promoter gene, operator gene, and of course it will include the structural genes. Okay, so we will see how each of this gene act. Okay, so cistron, it will include only the exons that will be translated, means it will help in the protein synthesis. Genes will be including introns, the non-coding sequences that were removed later by splicing. Exons are the coding sequences which are ligated together. Operon includes the regulator gene, the promoter gene, operator gene, and the structural gene. Okay, now here in the case of lac operon, first of all, let me tell you what is lac. So lac is lactose and it is an example of disaccharide. It is made up of by the union of glucose and galactose. Means two monomers or two monosaccharides, they have assembled together. This is glucose is monosaccharide and galactose is also monosaccharide. So they have assembled together to form a disaccharide which is known as lactose. Okay, so if you talk about the lactose sources, then milk is one of the source of lactose because it contains lactose sugar in it. Now another thing more I want to discuss is bacteria utilizes preferably glucose, right? So we are talking about lac operon and this is a concept in prokaryotes. So that means it is happening in the bacteria. So we will be discussing what is the preferred source. So if you are artificially culturing bacteria in a petri dish, you need to give them the nutrient medium. If in the nutrient medium glucose is there, then this lactose operon will not happen. It will be off. If lactose is there and glucose is not there, then in this case bacteria will utilize lactose. So glucose is the most preferred sugar by the bacteria. This is important. Now we will see the various components which are there in an operon. Right, to draw an operon, you will be making two stretched lines, and on that stretched lines you will first write I, then you will write lac I like this, and here you will write P for promoter, O for operator, this alphabets in the serial order Z, Y and A. Now we will see what are these. So first of all, drawing an operon is also important. It's a new concept, so practice by writing as many times. Remember here the genes I have written Z, Y and A. Please don't change the random, don't make them random, just write them in order, because this is the order which is there in an operon in a bacteria. Okay, so Z has to be written first, then Y, then A. Here these all three alphabets, they are actually defining the structural genes. Just a minute ago I told that in the operon structural genes will be there, right? So this is the part of the structural genes. Here we have operator. Here just upstream to it we have promoter. This is our regulator gene. So as I said earlier, all these components will be there in an operon. Here we can see that in the bacteria these are there. This is a separate promoter for our regulator gene. Okay, this is our separate promoter. Now we came to know how to draw an operon. Now let's draw it again and see actually how we go further with it. Okay, so I am drawing it again, but this time I will not be labeling. We will be discussing few more things in this. So this is our I, this is our lac I, which is the promoter. Then we have promoter, we have operator, we have structural genes. Okay, first of all you should practice how to draw the operon. So this is our operon. Now what happens normally, let me tell you, when glucose is present, remember while explaining the lac operon, whenever I will be using plus sign, it means present, and whenever I will be using negative signs, I mean to say it is absent. So whenever glucose is present, lac operon, it is not functional. So when it is not functional, that means the operon is off. Which operon? Lac operon, because glucose is the preferred source of nutrition for bacteria. So at this time there is no need for lac operon to turn on, because bacteria will not utilize it. Remember, whenever glucose will be present, lac operon will always be off. However, when glucose will not be there and lactose will be present, then in this case lac operon has to be turned on. Because when lac operon will be turned on, then only the bacteria can consume the lactose. Why? Because these are the structural genes. These structural genes will first transcribe to form the messenger RNA, and then this lac Z will produce beta galactosidase. Right, this is the name of the enzyme because it is ending in ASE. Then the next enzyme which is produced by structural gene Y is permease, and the last one A will produce transacetylase. Okay, so we know that by translation proteins are formed, but proteins, they get modified and they may function as enzymes as well. So remember, this is also important that lac Z produces which enzyme? So answer is beta galactosidase. LAC-Y structural gene produces which enzyme? So answer is permease. LAC-A produces which enzyme? Answer is trans-acetylase. So remember, here lactose was absent and glucose was present. So lac operon will be off. When glucose will not be there, lactose will be there, operon will be turned on. Right? This is the main part. Now we will see one more diagram wherein we will study how actually by the presence or the absence this is being regulated. Okay. Now this is the operon which I have drawn for you. It has same components as they were described earlier. One more thing I just wanted to make clear with you, that these are our structural genes, and these structural genes are synthesized by just one promoter. See, only one promoter is present, and this is upstream to that of the structural genes. So we call this as to be the polycistronic. Okay, so polycistronic is the characteristic wherein multiple proteins are formed by one promoter. So this is being seen in bacteria. Now when lactose is absent, what happens? This is our regulator gene I, and this LAC-I is the promoter of this regulator gene. This regulator gene will transcribe to from the messenger RNA. So this is our messenger RNA, and it will form a protein which is known as repressor. Right? So this repressor protein will be formed by the regulator gene. Now this regulator gene has to control the activity of the operator, which is located here. So operator activity is regulated by the regulator gene, because regulator gene product will bind to the operator and it will regulate its activity. Promoter gene would be the one wherein the RNA polymerase will bind. It will help in transcription and ultimately translation will happen. Right? So these are the functions. Structural genes, we have seen that if the promoter will bind to the RNA polymerase, first transcription will happen and then these structural genes will be translated. So if lactose is not there, so operon has to be turned off. How it turns off? Repressor here which is produced, it will bind to the operator. Right? So here it will bind to the operator, and what will be there? This repressor, when it will bind to the operator, it will actually block the site. Right? This site will be blocked. As a result, RNA polymerase will not bind. If it binds, it will not move. So ultimately, there will be no transcription. Okay, there will be no transcription and there will be no translation. Okay, there will be no transcription and there will be no translation. Means the enzymes will not be produced which can degrade the lactose, because beta galactosidase enzyme, which was produced by the structural gene Z, this enzyme will actually convert the lactose into glucose and galactose. Remember, whenever bacteria has to use this disaccharide, it has to be broken into the monomers and then only it could utilize it. So beta galactosidase enzyme produced by the structural gene, it will break the lactose. Permease is the enzyme which will increase the permeability in the membrane so that glucose and the monomers which are produced, they can pass inside the bacterial cell. And trans-acetylase, which is a product of LAC-A, it also helps in doing the same process. Okay, so if no lactose is there, there is no means of turning the operon on. So in this case, this will be turned off because repressor will bind to the operator and thereby no gene expression will happen. Okay, so this is the case if lactose will be absent. Now we will discuss very quickly what if lactose will be present. So accordingly you will make the operon with all its components. So promoter will always be located upstream to that of the structural genes. Now this regulator gene will transcribe, it will produce the repressor. But here the situation will be different because we said that lactose will be present. Now this lactose, if it is present, it will unite with the repressor to form lactose repressor complex. Okay. Now this repressor, lactose repressor complex, it cannot bind to the operator because operator cannot identify this complex. So this binding will not be done. So in this case, promoter will bind to the promoter site. It will move through the operon in the downstream region, and ultimately what will happen? The transcription of the structural genes will happen and translation will also happen. So translation will be there and transcription will be there. Okay, both these processes will happen, as a result of which beta galactosidase, permease and trans-acetylase will be produced. Right, so once beta galactosidase will be produced, its role is to convert the lactose into the monomers. It will be done. Permease will increase the permeability of the membrane. Trans-acetylase will also help in some of the processes that will help the bacteria to consume lactose and to derive energy. Okay, so whenever lactose is present, operon will be turned on. However, if it will not be there, the operon has to be turned off. Another term associated with lac operon is negative inducible. So we will understand the meaning of negative inducible. Generally it is said that lac operon is negative and inducible. You can see that here lactose was absent. So in the case of its absence, operon is turned off. That's why it is known as negative. So normally lactose is not there because glucose is there. So in this case there is no need of turning on the operon because enzymes will be of no use because the substrate for these enzymes is not there. Why are we saying it as inducible? Now if lactose is present, as we have seen here, lactose was present, then what this lactose has done? This lactose has binded to the lactose repressor. I mean this lactose has bind to the repressor to form the lactose repressor complex, right? So here lactose is acting as an inducer because it is inducing the gene expression. The enzymes, for these enzymes, this lactose is the substrate. So if it will be there, it will be turning on the gene expression because it will act as an inducer. It will provoke the synthesis of these three enzymes because lactose will be utilized by the bacterium only if these three enzymes are produced, which are obviously proteinous in nature. Okay, so lactose is serving as inducer because it is the substrate for these enzymes. It is binding to the repressor to form the lactose repressor complex. This complex will not bind to the operator. Ultimately RNA polymerase will bind. It will help in transcription, translation. So that is why it is known as negative inducer operon. There are few other operons as well, but this is the one which is most important. So please go through all the illustrations again, because when a question will come, illustrations are very important. Don't think that you will write text and you will get the full marks. You need to draw illustration for explaining the cases where lactose will be absent, what will be there. If lactose is present, what will be there, right? In next video we will discuss about gene regulation in the prokaryotes and the eukaryotes. Stay tuned. Thank you.